The average person spends about 90,000 hours at work in their lifetime. Imagine if some of those hours could be spent earning money while you sleep, travel, or simply enjoying life. That's the beauty of passive income. Welcome to Dollars and Dreams, the podcast designed to empower you to take control of your personal and business finance. You know, the very thought of money and finance can often send chills down your spine and stir up fear of the unknown. But let's change that narrative together. Through this podcast, my goal is to not only to provide you with useful information, but also to inspire and motivate you to take action towards your own financial goals. Let's rewrite your money story together. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Dollars and Dreams. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about something that I am super passionate about, and it's one of the things that I try to get everybody that I work with to put in place for themselves, and it's passive income. Passive income is the greatest thing for you to give you freedom of financial stress. It will build your wealth quicker than anything else that you can do. And it's the one that will give you choice. So it's the choice of having money come in when you are struggling. It's the choice of being able to stay in a relationship that you're not happy with or not. The choice of staying in a job that you don't get enjoyment out of anymore. The definition of passive income is any income that you earn with little or no effort. And it's, contrasting to our working life where we have to physically trade hours of working for income. And the reason that I say it's so important is because there is only so many hours we can work in a week. So when we're trading our time for money, there is a limit to how much money you can get. Yes, you can get a better paying job, or you can get yourself better educated so that you can move into a role that's a higher paying role, but there still is only a physical trade-off with how many hours we can work. And we see this quite often with families that are struggling with the cost of living. They're picking up a part-time job. They come home more stressed. And of course, as I always say, money is the greatest stress factor and the thing that will ruin a relationship quicker than anything else except infidelity. But having a passive income stream gives you the choice. So when you get closer to retirement, it's the income that will give you the lifestyle that you want. Passive income when you have a young family gives you that extra income when, let's face it, having children is expensive. It also gives you the choice of whether you're going to work part-time while you have children or not at all. It will also give you that top-up that you need when times get tough. So passive income is the income that generates by you doing nothing. So it's typically through investing. I want to be very clear that it is not a small business. So just because you've got a small business or you've got a hobby or you've got one of those things that you're generating income, that is still trading time for money. Passive income is where you have an investment and that investment pays you money because you're invested in whatever it is. So passive investment is rental income. You've bought a house, you've got tenants in there. The tenants are paying you an income stream each week. And that is classed as a passive income. There's investment portfolio. So if you've got shares, you'll be paid a dividend. That is a passive income. If you've got an investment in a term deposit or a cash account, that interest income is passive income. So it's important to understand that it is income that is generated from an investment of some sort. A get-rich-quick scheme is not a passive investment. That is a chance. And yes, you might get some income from it, but I want to make sure that you are not looking at those things. We all see them on all the social media posts about, I made X amount of dollars by investing in this and you should do it. Do not make an investment without taking an informed decision. Do your research. Don't listen to the hype. It's very easy on social media for people to flog off something that says that you're going to make all this money. I always say to everybody, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So passive investment is about making a good, solid investment in something that will pay you an income stream over time. It is not the get-rich-quick schemes. So let's talk about the whys of why you should have a passive investment. And I said earlier in this podcast that it is about financial freedom. When you have investments that are paying you money without you physically working for them, if you can build those up in time, they can generate an income for you or a top up to your income. And financial freedom means that you're not relying on a single income stream for your security. So if you don't have any money invested and you're employed with somebody, you go to work every day, the end of the week, money comes into your bank account in the form of wages. What happens if that business goes under or that business has cash flow issues and all of a sudden they have to terminate you? You are then having to find yourself a new job. There's a period between when you lose one job and can get the other. So passive income can fill that gap. It can also fill the gap, as we know at the moment, we are all in a financial crisis with cost of living. Everything is more expensive. That passive income stream, if you put that in place, can be there to help you when times are tough like they can be. Passive income always gives you the freedom of time. So if, as I said, you want to take time off to have and raise your young family, a passive income stream will top up your wages and give you that choice. It can also give you that choice of whether you want to travel. So you might decide that you want to pull up stumps on your job, jump in the caravan with the kids and go and experience Australia or wherever part of the world you're listening to this podcast. A passive income stream can give you that money to help cover the costs of the travel. It also gives you the option that you can take leave without pay. So you might have your job, you save up for your holidays, but you want to do 8 weeks of traveling around Europe. Passive income can give you that choice to do that and still earn money. It's a great wealth builder, and of course, financial freedom and the removal of financial stress from our life is about building a nest egg. Whether we like it or not, retirement will come in some form, and it's just what that some form looks like. For people that have a physically hard job, they may not be able to continue doing their work to the age of 67 when you get the aged pension. So building a passive income stream is the now, and it gives you that income or the ability to retire earlier. I also want to point out here, when we talk about passive income, it doesn't mean that the income needs to come into your bank account because, of course, as you know, I always go on about compound interest and the beauty of that. And for those of you that don't know, compound interest isn't just interest. So we're not talking about interest on bank accounts or term deposits. Interest is any form of income that is received from any investment. And so what compounding interest does is you're paid income in, let's just say you're paid once a year, you're paid income. That income is then reinvested back into whatever that investment is, and then you get income on the original investment plus income on the income that you reinvested. In year 3, you get the income on the original investment, income on the interest from year 1, income on the interest in year 2, and it keeps going. So it grows quite quickly. That compounding interest, of course, when we're talking about a passive income, everybody thinks that the income needs to be paid to them. It's paid into your investment if you're in wealth building stage. If you're in retirement or you want the money, that's when you get the income paid to you. So it's very important to understand that whilst they're two different distinctions on whether that income is invested back into the investment or taken by you to live on, this process is still the same. If you are in wealth building stage, we always say to everybody, reinvest it back into where the investment is, but keep making your contributions. And as you know, I always say small regular payments are better than big lump sum payments. One, because they have more time in the market, but two, finding small changes is much easier than trying to find the big wad of money. So if you're in that wealth building stage and you're in long-term investments, passive income is important to build your wealth as quickly as you possibly can. Passive income, whether it's in that reinvestment stage or whether you're taking it out and using it, is still a great stress reduction process, because money can be a really stressful factor for most people, and particularly when we are under the pressures of the cost of living that we have now. So the passive income, or the investment that's generating that passive income, can give you peace of mind and relieve stress. So there's lots of different, as I said at the start, types of passive income. So you've got your digital products. So you may have some special skill that you want to pass on to people. So you can create a digital product to sell your knowledge. So again, there is only so many people you can serve in your business, if that's what you're in, and meet the market. So this is why I've started my digital platform, because I have an office here in Newcastle on the east coast of Australia. People are not going to travel more than 10, 15 kilometres to see an accountant or financial advisor, because where we live, it's quite a saturated market. We have no real special skills than anyone else. A financial advisor is a financial advisor. They have more personal skills. They might have a greater ability to read you as a consumer and what you're comfortable with, but the investment is still an investment. And so when I looked at this, I started doing Zoom meetings with my clients that didn't want to come to our offices here, but there was still so many people I could do. So for me, my passive income is to build a digital course, which we have on our jenrichardson.co, because one, I could do one of two things. I could build and service more people through a digital course, because I create the course and people do my course. So instead of having somebody, come into my office for an hour and I show them how to build their future wealth, they then leave. I've got to have some downtime because that person might be late. And so then, let's say there's half an hour. If I want to work an 8-hour day, I could probably at best see 4 people. So that meant that I was limited to how many people I could help or serve in a day. So my digital platform is how I've found a way that I can do more than 4 people a day in an 8-hour day. It also comes that other people have different needs. So some people don't want to sit there in front of somebody, they want to self-learn. So if you're looking for a passive income and you have a special skill, consider creating a digital platform where you can pass that on for money. So it might be you want to create an ebook or a resource that somebody could use that shows them how to crochet. And I say that because I actually wanted to do crochet for a little while, but time's not my friend at most times. So yesterday it was raining, there wasn't much to do. So I actually sat on the lounge and I bought somebody's course on how to learn how to crochet. And that was a skill that somebody had. I needed it. So I think it was $20 or something like that. But that person has created that resource, and it's a lost thing that we do. Once upon a time, our grandparents or our parents used to teach us how to crochet and knit. I've recently become a grandma. My eldest son had a little baby a few weeks ago. And so I just thought, you know what? I think I would actually like to learn how to crochet so I can make baby blankets and things like that. So that was the skill that somebody had. I paid $20 for it. That person didn't trade anything for me paying that $20. They'd already created the resource and I bought it. So don't think that you have to be in business to be able to create something like that. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of those platforms will allow you to put something up and you can sell it with those. So think about a skill that you have that somebody may need, and that will create a passive income for you. We see it all the time with people who are great with cake decorating, or maybe you're at home with young children and you love to bake. Maybe you could do biscuits or cakes or things like that. That's still trading time though. So be very careful that you're not there to physically give the product. It could be that you create a product on how to decorate a cake. Do not confuse the I do this, I sell it, I create it. That is still not a passive income stream. Rental income, as I talked about earlier, can be a passive income stream. Certainly, you can do a passive income with more things than just rental properties when we look at rental stuff. We've seen a lot of clothing rental things at the moment. So somebody might buy a really nice dress for a wedding. That's a one-time thing. They don't want to wear it to another wedding because it's the same groups of friends. But you can always then rent that dress out to get your cost back and or make an income out of it. So there's lots of things as far as rental goes. So think outside the scope of rental properties. There's so much more that you can rent. It could very well be that you may live in an area where you have a lot of public transport. You've got a car, you don't use it for 5 days of the week. You might be able to rent your car out to somebody who needs it. There's things like affiliate marketing that you can do. So affiliate marketing is where you promote somebody else's business and they pay you either a set rate or a percentage of what they sell. Just be very careful, though, that if you're going to go into the affiliate marketing company, that you are only marketing something that you genuinely use. You don't want to be a paid for promotion type person because you lose credibility. And we're looking here for continual income streams. So if you're promoting a product that you've never used and it doesn't satisfy what you do, the next person that you potentially could do some affiliate marketing with is not going to be able to use you. Think about investing in the share market or in managed investments. So, we hear it sometimes with people when we say, let's start to put a little bit of a share portfolio together. They will look at me and go, I would rather swim with sharks. I know nothing about the share market. Why would I do that? And I think I need to really clarify here that when you go into managed funds or those sorts of things, you're not actually doing the investing yourself. You're just giving money to an investment platform and they do the buys and sells and things for you. So if you look at ETFs, so they're a great little low-cost investment. They won't generally beat the market because they're just buying the indexed funds and things like that. If you want to go into one of those, there's lots of those platforms out there that you can do. I don't promote any of them. I certainly don't say one is better than the other on something like this. Certainly in our financial advice stage, we do, but that's where we've considered your own personal risk tolerance and things. But consider doing small investments into those platforms. And there's plenty of those that are genuine ones. Do not find the ones on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any of those. You need to go onto Google, do your own research, find some small investment platforms, or reach out to us here at jenrichardson.co or at 123 Financial Group, and we can give you some of the very highly regulated and great investment platforms, and then you can do your own research. I cannot tell you which platform to use because that's classed as advice and you would need to go through the financial advice stage. But what I can do is tell you which ones are good investments as far as they're solid. They're not going to lose your money. They're not scams. And then you can do your own and work out which one to do. You can also get a passive income by potentially doing YouTube channels, doing podcasts like I'm doing here, although I don't monetize my podcast because I want to do this for educational purposes. I want people to be educated. You can also do sponsorships, you can do surveys, you can do lots of things. So think about ways that you can create content if you have a special skill or knowledge, and get that out into the world to create a passive income. You might be very good at songwriting, at music, at photography. You can take photos, put them up, and then license them to other sites to use. So we here at jenrichardson.co, we buy photos from people because we want to be able to use them. Photography is not my skill. I certainly don't have time to do it, so I'm happy to get images from people that have great skills in what I want. So the practical steps of coming up with a passive income stream is you need to look at what your strengths are. What skills do you have? What knowledge can you leverage? Or what extra income you've got to invest somewhere. As I said, there's so much more to generating a passive income than just investing. It can be you passing on your knowledge, your skills, but in a form that you do it once, sell it multiple times, because that's what a passive income is. If you want to write blogs for people as a copywriter, that's not a passive income, because you will write a blog, it's that person's. You'll write the next blog, it's that entity's. Be very careful with what I'm talking here, and this is you do it once, sell it multiple times. That is a passive income. So once you've worked out what your strengths are, whether that be you want to invest because you don't have any other skill that you're comfortable with, if it's investing, set up a process to do it. Find a platform that you can do small regular contributions to grow your wealth. If it's a special skill that you have, work out how you're going to do that and then sell it. And we saw that during COVID time. Yoga classes went online because people couldn't go in. So, that might be that you create a yoga series and people pay $20, $30, $40, whatever it is, so that you get the income. It might be you want to do dance lessons for your young child. So you might want to know how to do, you want to be able to teach people how to teach their children to dance. It could very well be gardening. I'm hopeless with plants. I have brown thumbs. If I could buy something that told me how to garden better, how to look for what it is, the pests, it could very well be a resource on how to start a citrus garden. Anything that you have a skill in that you can create once, sell multiple times, is a passive income stream. So make sure you choose your path of where you're doing it. So you're not going to want to do exercise for retirees between 60 and 70 and then put it on Instagram. That's probably not where your market is. So look for the place where your consumer hangs out. If that's YouTube, if it's TikTok, then put it up there. If it's Facebook, which is generally the older demographic, then put it onto Facebook. If it's a community type thing, then have a look in Facebook, but look in the community ones where people will put, I've got a great exercise for balance for people in their 70s so that they don't fall over and break their hips. That is a great place to put it where people will see it, because they may not go looking at anything else. A lot of elderly people are in Facebook groups because of the communication. Define what you want from your passive income stream. Is it to build your wealth? If it is, look at how it gets reinvested somewhere. Is it looking to get a better cash flow to help you with the cost of living? If that is, then work out a way to give you a regular income stream. Because if money's coming in a great big bulk, let's say you come up with a resource that you decide to sell, and it might be how the first steps in how to start cake decorating. If you sell that and then you've got to find a way to keep it moving into the next one. So it might be, when you've done my first one, here's the next one on how to do what's the one at the moment? They're doing the flower gardens. And you can move them through it. So work out what your goals are, because you don't want to do a one-off, then you've got nothing else to upsell. Is your passive income to give you financial retirement income stream? Is it to build wealth? So set your goals. You also need to create a plan on how you're going to do this, because do you need a website? Do you need just an Instagram page? Do you need a Facebook group? do you have licensing requirements? Have you got to have council approval? There's all those sorts of things. So don't create a passive income stream that ends up getting you into trouble, because you will feel out of control. You'll never try it again. And potentially, if you do something that you should have had a license for, you may get fined and it gets rid of your income stream. And my biggest thing, that doesn't matter what your passive income stream is, start small. You don't want to overcomplicate things. You don't want to go the great big, I'm going to have a website, I'm going to do this, that, and the other, because you're still trading time for money in the initial stages. And if you go really big and it's all of a sudden overwhelming with your job, your family, whatever it is you do on a day-to-day basis, you will throw in the towel. Same thing if you are investing and that's your chosen path for generating a passive income stream. Start small. Get the confidence that you know what you're doing with this share investing, or if you've picked a platform that you want to invest in a managed fund or an ETF, pick a platform, trial it, make sure they're giving you good communication, make sure that you're got good visibility of what they're doing, make sure that they're performing as they should. If they're not, you haven't lost too much money. Go to another one till you find one that you're happy with. Same thing if you've come up with you're going to sell a resource or a course. Start small. Don't try to do the great big, webinars and everything. Just start small. Put it into the groups that have access. If it's a community thing, find community places in your area that you live, and you might have to do, let's say it's the yoga classes, you might do some free down by the beach or down at the harbour. Come and join me. And then say to people, if you want to know more, I've got this platform, you can buy this course, you can do it in the comfort of your own home. So there's lots of ways. If you start small, you won't be overwhelmed. It'll be a simple project so you can keep learning, and you can scale as you learn and gain traction. You probably want to look at what challenges you will face, and that's part of the planning process so that you stay motivated. But my biggest key here is to actually start. We quite often say to people when we're doing financial advice with them, you need to start to build an income stream that's not you physically working. And they go, yep, I'll do that. And then they go into the netherlands of the internet trying to work it out. Don't be concerned if the area that you want to do your passive income in, if there's lots of other people. There's lots of accountants, and yet we still have an accounting practice that's growing every year. There's lots of financial advisors here where we are, but we grow every year. We're a mortgage broking company, and we are still writing loans more and more every week, every month, because we provide a service that helps people. We cannot service every single person where we live. So your competitors are also your allies. So if they've found a way to do what you want to do, have a look at how they're doing it. Look at what their shortcomings are to how you can improve what they do. What is your thing that makes you stand out from them? And that's the important thing. We all do accounting here, but I always have clients say to me that they come back to me and they refer clients to me because we are a very personable accounting firm. We don't talk down to our clients. We explain them. We work very much in the educational space with them. I don't just tell them what to do with their business. I show them how to be better at their business. That is my skill that we have. Yes, there's other accounting firms that do that around here, but there is so many that don't. So that is the thing that we hang our hat on. So find what you're going to hang your hat on if you're going to do one of those passive income streams that's a small business. If you're going to do a passive income stream that is investing, find out and do your research. Have a look at the reviews, talk to them. Most of them will have some chatbot or something where you can say, I'm new to this, I'm a little bit terrified, can you give me some resources? Their websites generally have lots of resources. They'll have potentially YouTube videos where they'll talk about the process so that you get an understanding, because there is nothing more than having knowledge that will give you calmness with whatever that passive income stream you have. So that's it for today. I hope that's helped you understand how important it is to get a passive income stream of one thing or another. I hope that I've removed the knowledge or the understanding that most people have that passive income only comes from investing in shares or property or bank accounts. Passive income is any income that comes that you don't have to do the physical work. That does not mean that you don't do the physical work to start off with. As I said, if you're going to sell yoga how-to classes, you still need to record it to start off with. Passive income, though, is the flow on of what comes by selling to many. So create it once, sell to many, if that's the stream that you want to go down. Of course, I would love to hear how you generate passive income. Put a comment below where you're either watching or listening to this podcast. If might be something that helps somebody else when they're unsure how to create a passive income stream for themselves. And we're all here to help each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe where you're watching or listening to this podcast so that you hear when I drop a new podcast. Remember, my podcast Tuesdays are for businesses, Thursdays are for personal. And if you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, or any of those other social platforms, please start following us. Share what you need help with so that I can give you any sort of guidance to help you along your path to financial freedom. So that's it for me. I hope you have a lovely week, and reach out to me if you need any help in how to create a passive income stream for yourself so that you can build your own financial freedom. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week. Remember, the advice shared in Dollars and Dreams is general in nature and it does not consider your own personal circumstances. Dollars and Dreams is for educational purposes only and should not be relied upon to make investment or financial decisions. If you need more help, please reach out to a financial advisor for tailored personal advice. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. And please leave me a review. Your feedback really helps me to reach other people chasing their money dreams. You can find me over on Facebook and Instagram to connect with me. You will find the link in the bio or head over to my website at jenrichardson.co where you will find free content and learning tools.